Hello again, this is Marquessmeubelkunst. Just going through a few tips. This is the burning effect that I've done, which involves some London plane burn to give a three-dimensional effect with some sycamore, and I burn it in certain spots to give effect like it's coming out. Now it's probably coming out too much, but what's happened is that one of the problems is that these areas around here that have been burned, that wood has shrunk, and because it's shrunk, it's dried. It's actually more drier than around the edges, and that's why it's sort of crinkling. To remedy this, there are a few things you can do. One of them is to basically get 2 sheets of paper or newspaper, a few sheets, and 2 books or 2 bits of wood, so you can clamp them together to create like a press. What you do, you quickly dampen it. Not too much, don't wet it. It's got to be a damp cloth, just enough for the moisture to go in. Do it on both sides, and then clamp it and press it, and let it rest for about a day. What happens is the moisture goes back, it neutralises everything, because it's soft, because it softens the wood. It allows all the stresses and the fibres in the wood to become more flexible, and then when you press it, it becomes flat. And basically what happens is when you take the press apart, the veneer is flat again. And the papers there, the 2-3 sheets of paper, is there to reabsorb any excess moisture. Now when you bring it out, you're probably going to need to leave it maybe a few hours to see what happens to it. Maybe with a weight on top with more paper to let more air move out and the moisture evaporate, because if you actually start to cut wood that's wet, if you put a dry wood inside, it'll tend to shrink, and basically it'll fall out, because yeah, that's what happens. So this is what's happened. This is a distortion from the burning effect. It's not very easy to work. As you can see, if I'm going to veneer this, it's all springy and jumpy, and it's under tension. You can feel it. It's almost going to crack. It's not. So I'm going to show you a technique that we use, or can use, to help us get around it. And of course, hopefully it should help you guys too. I'm going to put a Burr Walnut underneath this. I love Burr Walnut. It's beautiful stuff. And that's going to contrast the white front that I've got. Okay, now this is the front, it's got tape on it, so this is the back. So I'm going to work from the back, and hopefully my neat cutting should be better. Now to do, first of all, I'm going to position it to roughly where I want it. I think that's beautiful there. I'll turn it over again, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to tape it down. I've got to tape it down. Let me try and get this done quickly. Tape it down. You help keep it flat, and you stop the wood from moving, which is underneath, which is what you don't want to do. You don't want it to move. You want to keep it as stable as possible, so you can focus on cutting through the veneer and the line that you've got on the other side. You don't want to be having your hands do too many things to do. It's hard enough with a sharp knife. And I can assure you, sharp knives will cut you, and they won't feel a thing. They will not feel a thing, sadly, but that's the way it goes. Okie dokie. Now I'm happy. Now that's a lot more stable and a lot more easy for me to control now than what it was before. And all I do now, basically, ladies and gentlemen, you can actually put a ruler over the top to help you guide you. But I won't do that, okay? And the idea now is to work methodically all the way around and cut through that, allowing it to stay as close to where it is as possible. Okay? Now, put your pressure down. Make sure the veneers are in place, good. And it's just basically about dropping your knife in, nice and slowly, nice and light. Don't go too fast. Okay, I found a problem there. That's not a problem, really. There you go, that's one. Spin it around. 2. Keep it flat, keep your pressure on all over, best you can with your fingers, and try and stop it from moving too much. There you go. And again, you're trying to create a line in your wood. Now, if it starts to move, try and use your veneer knife, your marquetry knife, to find the line and pull the veneer back, like that, so it realigns itself, and just check. Well, pretty much, once you've got your tape on the back, you should be home and hose. Just be very careful. And because you are cutting from the back, you'll have a far neater front on this. Now what you can do here is just tape this up a little bit, just to stop this section from moving too much, like so. That's going to stop that from moving anymore, allowing you to move your way around again. Again, just find the line, just make sure it's in position. Yeah, I'm happy. Got my pressure on. That's cool. And then again, just use the wood. Use the wood to create a line. Use it as a guide. Now I need a sharper blade, I can feel it. You're going to do that quite a lot, you're going to feel the blade and how well it's cutting, but that's just practice and experience of being a marqueterian. There you go. That's not too bad. Again, I'm using the blade and just letting it glide over the top of the veneer that I'm trying to cut from. Now, this corner here, I need to poke in, because obviously that angle, the actual wood, prevents you from getting into the corner. You've got to get your corners good. Otherwise, you can miss them and they'll crack out, and you don't want cracks. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm now going to continue cutting this, and you'll see me later come up with a barbed wire designs, and hopefully cut them in. Okay. That's good. Oh shit. Not a problem. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you soon.